Hi there, welcome back to JD Answers. Today I'm going to show you how to use the Matchbox menu. I'm going to go ahead and show you step by step and how to maneuver through the menu and how to use the buttons and what the icons represent. Alright, what we're going to do is start with the buttons first. If we start from left to right, you'll see this is the menu button because it has a icon of a menu. But before we could get into the menu, you can see the red dot moving off and on. That means that it's recording. So in order to get into the menu, we have to press the power button one time. So I'm going to press that one time. And you hear that the beeping from the dashcam letting you know like, hey, this is, you turn the dashcam off and the power's on in the car. Now, what you want to see in top is that red dot missing. So that means it stopped recording. Now we could go ahead and press the menu button, and there you go. You could get into the menu. You press it one more time, you could get into the settings. All right, so let's get out of that. Let's hit the menu one more time, and we're out. Now the next button is the M for mode. See right here, this icon you see, it's a picture of a video camera. And then you press the button one time, the menu, to get into there, and then you see it changes into a camera, which represents that it's in a picture mode in case you need to do any pictures. All right, now we're going to press this one more time, the M button for the mode, and this should be your playback button. And there you go, you can see it right there, your playback button. All right, so that's just the mode, and we'll get into this later. I just want to show you the buttons. All right, and I talked about the power button where this turns it off or on. So we want to turn it off even though there's power going to it. You simply just hold it down for a few seconds and it will turn off, as you can see right there. And if you want to power it on, again, just hold it down for a few seconds and it will power back on. There it goes. And you'll see it automatically start recording. If you don't see it start recording because we're powering this off and on, then we could simply hit the power button, but it's doing it automatically all by itself. All right, so that's the power button. And of course you have the left button and the right button. Now these also do another function, which is called a lock function, or turns off the audio in the car. Now this right button here, what it also does is if you press it one time, you'll see the icon of a microphone, which letting you know that right now it is recording all the audio inside your vehicle. Now, for whatever reason you need to have a private conversation and you don't want the audio on, you simply hit the right button one time. And you can see there's an X right there on top of the microphone. This is indicating that the audio is off. You press it one more time and it turns on, the audio is back on. Now, let's say, for example, you're driving and you see an accident happening in front of you. All right, now this is also a camera for the back. So if there's an accident happening behind you or an incident, simply press the right button, hold it down, and it's going to lock that current video right there. You can see the icon. And this will do it for you. Now just remember, you have G sensors. So if it happens to you, if a car bumps you or has an accident, or for whatever reason the G sensor is activated, the lock symbol will come on automatically. But if it doesn't happen to you, you see an incident, then that's when you would press the right button and it'll record a 1-minute video for you, and it will lock and it will not be overridden. So those are the buttons for the dashcam. Now we're ready to get into the dashcam itself. But I just want to show you before we end that it's going to go into your 1 minute and then the icon's going to disappear and it'll continue with this recording. And there it is, the icon has disappeared. Okay, now we're ready to get into the menu now. So to get into the menu, let's go ahead and turn off the recording by hitting the power button. Now we can hit the menu button. And now you can see the icons. All right, and the first one we have is resolution. Now we could hit the power button because this is our OK button. Now the first one you see is resolution. Now, to maneuver to the menu, we could use our left and right keys. The power button is also our OK button. So we could go ahead and hit OK, which is the power button. So now we can go ahead and toggle by hitting the right button, and it'll get you into resolution. You can see how it's highlighted. Now we're going to go ahead and hit OK. And here you got 1440 by 1080p. Now 1440 is recording in the front, 1080p in the back. Now if you want 1080p in the front and back, then you could toggle down. But I'm fine where exactly where it's at. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK, which is the power button one time. I'm going to hit the button to the right again one more time. And you can see loop recording is highlighted. We're going to hit OK to get into it. And here you got 1 minute or 3 minutes. Now what loop recording is rather than you formatting your dash cam or taking the micro SD card out and go format in your computer, you don't have to do that to save space. It automatically deletes the oldest video and it will start recording a new video, so you don't have to do any work in this. Now I'm going to toggle down and hit for 3 minutes and hit OK. Now no matter what you put it on, 1 minute or 3 minutes, you would eventually need to format this dash cam micro SD card at least once a month or once every 2 months. And the reason is because G-Sensor is locking videos. But we'll get to that later. Now the next one is WDR technology, which I'm going to arrow down one, which is the right button, and I'm going to hit OK, which is a power button. And you could turn this off or on. And right now it's on, it's highlighted. I'm going to leave it on this. So what this does is when you're driving either in nighttime or daytime, it balances the light to give you a clearer picture. For example, if you don't have this the WDR technology on at night, for example, and a car is driving towards you, which is in the opposite lane, well, it'll look like a flashlight is shining at your dash cam. What WDR technology does is balance it out where it's not going to look like that. It's going to look like a vehicle is coming on the opposite side. All right, so we're going to leave it there, and we're going to hit OK. We're going to right arrow to get to exposure, and we're going to hit OK. Now, I leave mine on 0. Now, if you drive in too much light, then you might want to go to a negative exposure. If you drive in the dark a lot, like you go in at night, then you want to increase the exposure. So all this is up to you. I'm leaving mine at 0. Next one is G-Sensor, and we're going to hit OK. And you can set this to off, low, medium, or high. Now what G-Sensor does is when you're in an accident or somebody hits you, the G-Sensor will be activated and it will lock the current video and it cannot be overridden. And it will continue with your loop recording. There is also other reasons why your G-Sensor is activated. Your hard braking, potholes. Those are other reasons your G-Sensor will be activated. If you have a lot of hard braking or you live in a bigger city where there's a lot of hard braking or a lot of potholes, then you want to set this to low. If you don't have any of that, you could set that to medium. But you always got to go back within a month or two and format your micro SD card in the dash cam. Because G-Sensor will take all the space and you will not have enough space for loop recording. If you don't want to worry about that, put it on low. But if you need more information on G-Sensor and loop recording, I'll put a link on the top right for you. Because G-Sensor and loop recording go hand in hand together. All right, so we're going to keep it on low. And the next one is record audio. We're going to hit OK. And this one, turn it off or on. All this does is simply record everything in your cabin. So when you're driving, it's recording video and audio. If you don't record any audio, then you put it on off. But I'm going to leave mine on in case there's an accident and I want them to record my audio. I'm going to leave it on. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And arrow down to date stamp. I'm going to hit OK. And you can put this off or on. I always leave mine on. Now what this does, it puts the time and the date on the recording. So if you have an insurance claim or you need to show something exactly what happened, well, you have the date and time on the video. So I'm going to leave mine on. And here you can see where we reach the end. Now what we could do is press the menu button again, and it'll get you into our settings. All right, there it goes. Back to our settings. And now you can see over here where it says date and time. So we're going to right key that, and we're going to hit OK. And here is when you could change the date if you need to. But it's already preset it, so we're good. We could check our time. Okay, you can see how the date's already preset. Now, I set this date before, that's why it's there. Now, in case you need to change it, you can see how the 2023 is highlighted. If you need to change that, you could right arrow to go down, left arrow to go up on the date. Once you're done changing the year, hit OK, and it'll go to the month. Again, left and right key to change the month, and when you're done, hit the power button. Next one, the actual date itself, again, right and left, the same thing. When you're done, hit OK. Now, right here is the hour, okay? So this is where you could change the hour. Now, you see 09, which means AM. Now, if it was PM, say 4 o'clock, well, we need to change it to 4, we'll go up, and you can see how it's going to change to the 24-hour mode. And 16 will be 4 p.m. So that's the way to change it from AM to PM. Now, once we're done what we needed, which I'm going to change this back to 9, and we're going to hit OK. And then when we're done with this one, if it's OK, OK. And then here you could actually change the year format. So we're going to hit right key. And you can see where it says month, day, year. And this is where actually where I want to change it. So I'm okay there. I'm going to hit OK. Now, if you keep wanting to change it, there you go. You can put the date, month, year, month, date, month, day, year. That's what I want to keep it on. So I'm going to hit OK. Oh, wrong button. All right. Once you're done changing everything, hit the menu button and it gets you back out. Just get back in there. And we're back in the menu. We're going to arrow down to language. We're going to hit OK. And this is whatever language you need to put your dashcam on. I'm fine there. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. Next one down, low power protection. We're going to hit OK. This is pretty much an indication if it's draining a lot of power from your dashcam, which this we don't have to worry about. So I'm going to leave it the way it is right there. Next one, your beep sound. We're going to hit OK. And that's pretty much all the beeps you hear. You hear that? Now we're going to change it to off and hit OK. All right, we're going to get back into it. We're going to hit the power button. And you hear no beeps. But we're going to turn it back on just to go over this menu here. All right, now we're going to arrow down to screensaver and we're going to hit OK. So what this does is you could change it from 1, 3, 5, and 10 minutes. So if you want this screen on while you're driving, then you turn this to off and your screen will be on. Now, if you want it to turn off in a minute, once the car turns on, then you put it on 1 minute. If you want it like after 5 minutes, you want the screen to turn off while you're driving, then it'll turn off. That's pretty much what it is. It's a screensaver. The screen turns off, but the dash cam is still working. It's still recording. It's just a screensaver. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and leave mine to off and hit OK. All right, we're going to arrow down to frequency. We're going to hit OK. And right now it's set to 60. Now, if you live in the UK, then you want to set this to 50. But we're in the US and we're going to set this to 60. Next one is parking guard. And we're going to hit OK. Now what parking guard does is pretty much like it sounds like. So if you're parked somewhere in the store, your house, your apartment, and if somebody tries to break in your car or somebody bumps in your car, well, the G sensor will be activated and it will lock that current video. And you can set this to low protection, medium protection, or high protection. And it's basically up to you. I'm going to go ahead and put this on high protection. But there's one note to this. In order to utilize a parking guard, you got to have a hard wire kit. A hard wire kit will be connected to your fuse box. And your dash cam will be on all the time. That way, when the G sensor is activated, it will lock that current video under parking mode. These dash cams either have a battery or capacitor. And what that means is that it only gives you like a 30-second video, which means is when the car is powered off, you got maybe 30 seconds up to a minute of recording time when the car is off. Because these dash cams are always made to be powered on by the cables on the side here. Normally I would turn it off, but just to show you the icons later, I'm leaving this to high. And I'm going to go ahead and press OK. But if you need more information on how to start a hardwire kit, I'll put a link in the top right for you. All right, so we're going to hit OK. And the next one is guard mode. We're going to hit OK. Now, this is like parking guard. However, if you leave your car overnight at a friend's house, then you want to put it on 24-hour mode. And that way, it'll capture anything that happens to your vehicle. But if you leave it at a parking garage or an airport parking garage, whatever the reason is, then you could set it to 48 hours. And that way it'll keep recording any incidents that happen. But we're going to leave it on 24 hours, again, just for the icon. We're going to hit OK. And next one is guard mode frame. We're going to hit OK. And this one is if you want to put on 2 frames per second, 3 frames per second, or 5 frames per second. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it on off and just do a normally recording. Now, if you want to save space on your micro SD card, then set it to 5 frames per second. I'm going to leave mine on off. Now, actually, you know what? I'm going to change it to 3 frames per second in case it comes out on the icons. But normally, I would leave it on off. Next one is format. This is in case you want to format your micro SD card, you would want to do this. And this is one of the first things you want to do when you put your micro SD card in your dash cam. You will go here, press OK. It's going to ask you all data will be deleted. And if you don't want to, hit cancel or arrow down to hit OK. In this case, I do not want to because it's already formatted and it will erase everything that I need to show you later. So we're going to hit the down key, and this is your default settings. If you want to change them back to the factory settings, you would hit OK. And it says return menu settings defaults. If you don't want to, you would hit cancel. If you want to continue, hit OK. We're going to hit cancel because we just put a lot of work into this right now. So we're going to hit OK. And the next one is your version you're currently at. And it'll tell you right there. All right. We're going to hit OK. And we're done with the menu and the settings and the buttons. So next thing is all the icons that the dash cam has. Now it's time for the icons. And we're going to start from the top left. And right now you can see it's on video mode, which is recording your videos. Now to the right of that, you see the red blinking light, which is indicating that the dash cam is recording. If the dash cam wasn't recording, you will see no light on there, no blinking light. Now to the right of that, you'll see a satellite symbol facing up. This is representing your dash cam has GPS. Now to the right of that, you'll see an icon with G and 2 right arrows going around it. This is representing your G sensor. Now underneath the G, you'll see there's 3 horizontal lines. This is indicating what the status is. You'll see 1 yellow horizontal line and 2 blue horizontal lines. The yellow horizontal line indicates that it's set to low. If it was set on medium, well, 2 of the 3 horizontal lines will be highlighted. If it was set on high, well then all 3 horizontal lines will be highlighted in yellow. Now to the right of that, you'll see the numbers moving up. This is indicating your loop recording time. And right now it's on 53, 54, 55 seconds of 3 minutes. Now underneath that is you have your 1440p by 1080p. This is representing what your resolution is currently on. Now, underneath the resolution, you'll see a number with the GP. This is the amount of space currently being recorded under loop recording. Now, underneath that, you'll see Wi-Fi. This is representing that the dashcam has Wi-Fi. Now, underneath that, you'll see a blue SD card highlighted. This is representing that the dashcam has a SD card currently inserted. Now, let's say we don't have a micro SD card. You're not sure if you have one in. Of course, it's easy to see on the side here. But let's stop the recording. All right, and let's take out the micro SD card. All right, we're going to turn it back on. And you can see, please insert the micro SD card. And it keeps giving a symbol, but you notice how the micro SD card symbol has changed. All right, now let's go ahead and insert it back in. All right, and we're back. So now on the bottom right, you'll see a blinking power status. This is indicating that you have power to your dashcam and it's charging the dashcam. The symbol you saw was the Wi-Fi information and the password. Now, when you're trying to connect to the Wi-Fi of the dashcam in order to use the app, that is the information that you need. You have the username and the password underneath it. All right, but let's move on. Now let's start from the bottom left to the right. Now the bottom left, which we've gone over, is the microphone, which is indicating that it's recording inside the vehicle. Now, if we don't want the recording again, just press the right arrow and it turns it off. And I'm going to put my finger there so you can see the icon better. All right, we turn it back on. Now, to the right of that, you'll see 3/15/2023, which we know that is the date. And to the right of that, you can see that it's currently now 10:29 and the seconds are moving. So those are all the icons. And I put my thumb up and you can see all the icons as we just talked about them. There's one more we have to do. Now on the top left, you'll see underneath the mode button, you'll see there's a 3 with a circle around it. This represents your loop recording and it's set to 3 minutes. All right, and just want to give you one last look of all the icons. Now, one more thing I forgot to tell you, that this symbol here, the menu symbol, you could press it and it'll lock the video that you're currently on. We see it's at 10 or 12, or you could turn it off. Now, say, for example, you press the lock button to lock the current video. And you're like, oh no, I don't need to do that. It's a mistake. You press the menu button and it turns it off. So this one pretty much locks or unlocks the video for you. Now, if I press the M button, I want you to see what happens. I'm going to press it and you're going to see a picture icon come up. You see that? What it's doing is currently taking a picture. And we'll see those later in the playback mode. But right now, let's go over all the modes next. All right, now let's go over the modes. And you see right now it's on video mode because it's recording and you can see the red dot. So we're going to go ahead and turn off the recording by pressing the power button. And you can hear the beeps letting you know like, hey, you stopped the recording. And we're going to hit M. And it's going to take us to the picture mode next. All right, what I'm going to do is put my finger over the dashcam so you can see more of the icons, okay? I'm not going to go over all the icons on the picture mode. Now, we all have a cell phone. Now, in case you don't have a cell phone or your cell phone is destroyed in an accident, you could always use this mode to take pictures. And simply when you're in the picture mode, let's see, I think you just press the power button and you can hear that. It's taking pictures. All right, so that's the picture mode. Now the last one is your playback mode. All right, and you can see where it has the symbol to play. And it has the ISO. And let's see, we have a voice here and the audio. And it has the date and time and the recording file there. All right, so say we want to play that one. So we could go ahead and just press the power button. All right, now it's playing the video, but we're going to go ahead and stop it by pressing OK. What we're going to do now is hit the right button and go over some other files. And see, this one are the gas stations so it's moving. So we're going to hit OK. You could hear it, and you could also see the video playing. And it's giving you recording time right there. All right, we're going to hit OK to stop, which is a power button. We're going to keep toggling. Oh, we need to get back to the main menu. Let's see. All right, we're back to the mode. Again, another video, another video, another video, another video. Here you go. So you can see all the videos. Now, what we want to do is get to the pictures, which is probably going to take us a while. I'm going to go back the other way. Okay, so all these originally were pictures. They were not the videos, because you can see the icon is a picture. And if we go to the videos itself, the icon changes to a video scroll. So that is how you get into them. And that is the icons that represent to play them or you could see them. All right, that's pretty much for the modes. Let's get out of this. And we're back at the main screen. And it should probably start recording in just a minute. So if this video was helpful for you, please give me that thumbs up because I appreciate that from you. If you have any questions about this dash cam or the products I have, leave them in the comment section down below and I'll get back to you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, select all notifications for all upcoming videos because I got more videos of dash cams and other technologies coming out. If you are interested in this product, I'll put links in the description down below to purchase. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe.